Music.
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 African American music generally carries spiritual power, memory, and survival.
We all are interconnected. There's a rhythm, there's a spirit, there's an energy that we all relate to.
DC Legendary Musicians Incorporated is a Washington, D.C. based cultural nonprofit founded in 2006 by the late Reverend Dr. Sandra Butler Truesdell. The organization has served as a vital cultural institution dedicated to uplifting the artists, educators, elders, and emerging stewards who carry forward Washington's extraordinary musical traditions.
DC Legendary Musicians Incorporated is dedicated to preserving, honoring, and advancing the legacy of the District of Columbia's musicians through performances, public programs, intergenerational education, community engagement, and cultural memory work.
The sacredness is in the rhythm, the drum beats, the music in itself. The music is almost visual. And if there's lyrics to go with it, I think it really taps into the spirit. And it can take you, and the people. And I think all of those things together can take you to a higher level.
The music of the District of Columbia is not only entertainment, but also a cultural inheritance, including community education opportunities and a sustainable, ongoing bridge between legacy and emergence.
Really, since we were brought to this country, when language or spoken language failed us, music certainly crossed barriers that existed between language, maybe even over distance. If you wanted to impart something to your children that they might need because you might not be with them, that could be through a song or through a rhythm or through a rhyme or through some non-spoken expression.
Like I said, it carries us through good times and bad times. It took us through, centuries of slavery. It got us through Jim Crow, through civil rights. It's getting us through the last, 18 months. Prayerfully, it'll get us through the next 18 months.
As a black man, music has saved my life many times. When I've been depressed about different things throughout this country, stuff that happened during my early years in the 40s and the 50s, and what's happening now with this president we have and this Congress we have. This music saves our life. This music keeps us from being depressed and keep us from being down when we need to be uplifted. Jazz saved my life for sure.
As funding cuts loom for nonprofits, DC Legendary Musicians remains committed to supporting working musicians, especially legacy and gig-based artists, by addressing barriers such as limited access to preventative health care and advocating for fair artist compensation. Here's how you can help sustain our work. Carry the sound forward. We have 5 action pillars. Honor the elders. Preserve the history. Heal the community. Mentor the next generation. And finally, perform the legacy. By doing these things, you too can carry the sound forward.
The message that I would send to DC legislators and policymakers at large with regards to arts and culture is that there's already been evidence that there's a correlation between funding in arts and culture to economic development, economic impact in terms of the city. As someone who's a DC native and has seen how this city has changed over decades, Washington, D.C. would not be the city that it is without those historical roots of arts and cultural significance, particularly that the African American community has contributed to this city historically. DC has a lot to offer, and it should be supported and it should be funded adequately so that the legacy of arts and culture in this city can continue.
The message I'd like to send to the people in power and control of this society: stop playing with music. Stop using music as some kind of a toy that you make a political statement by cutting it off or letting it, trying to kill it by not funding it properly. Stop playing with the monies that maintain the artists, that maintain the society.
Since the city has become so expensive, to make sure that the arts continues, like music, there needs to be affordable real estate for venues and artists. That's it. Where there is affordable, so look at the loft movement in New York. You have a movement that happened because artists were able to access places to live and work and make their music. So when you have accessible housing, affordable places where creative people can set up businesses for music to be played and performed,
DCLM can continue to do what it's doing now, telling the story and shaping the powerful narrative of DC music, honoring our ancestors and our elders, our masters of the craft. And they can continue to use social media to attract younger audiences and global audiences so they can really know about the dynamic power of DC's music.
Through music, scholarship, tribute, member performances, and public conversation, DC Legendary Musicians merges DC artists, thinkers, cultural workers, and ancestral influences that have been shaped by local identity, national culture, and movements for freedom, dignity, creativity, and belonging.
I think music in our community is particularly powerful, particularly important when we're separated, or when we're grieving, or when we're at a loss, as we are perhaps these days. That music can hold us together and remind us that we've been through much tougher times than this. And certainly if we survived all of that, we can survive all of this.
DC Legendary Musicians Incorporated exists because our city's music is not simply entertainment. It is a memory, testimony, education, and cultural inheritance.